racetrack they found the first time. And we see Carl Long has made some contact with the wall. Is he going to bring out the caution flag?
Nothing yet from the starter stand.
But can he get back down to the inside?
Nothing yet. Still under green.
Flag.
Nothing yet from the starter.
First time. And we see
up to second. Again, not having made his pit stop. Sterling Marlin and Ricky Craven give up top 10 spots to pit road. And here comes your leader.
They realize they cannot stay on the racetrack they found the first time. And we see Carl Long has made some contact with the wall. Is he going to bring out the caution flag?
Nothing yet from the starter stand.
But can he get back down to the inside?
Nothing yet. Still under green. Kenny Wallace is in, making his pit stop.
I don't think Carl's going to be able to get down.
Remember that in the NASCAR champ. Oh, trouble. Stacey Comptain, front stretch. Cautions out. Fifth yellow.
Where the skid mark started, that looks like he may have had a little help on that one, too.
And Stacey Comptain had one of his better runs of the year going. He was on the lead lap.
And Blaney's not going to get his lap back.
It started way back in turn 4. That's usually when somebody's on your bumper.
And Stacey's got a lot of problems.
Yes, he does. And air in the tires is one of them.
Let's take a look at what happened. It brought out the caution.
Oh, there's Junior, about the same spot.
Man. That's two he's gotten today in the same place on the track.
One more shot.
Too many friends here today.
Last week it was Brett Bodine that seemed to be around everything that happened on the track at Bristol. This time it's Dale Jr.
Brett paid for it, too. He spent 2 laps in the penalty box.
And race director David Hoots is having the inspector that's assigned to Dale Jr.'s pit go pass a message on to his crew chief, Tony Uri, that if he touches another car today, he shall be penalized. On board with Dale Jr.
I don't think Junior's going to want this camera next week.
Right on the outside, outside. Keep coming, keep coming. You're all clear, all clear. Caution's out, caution.
Mark Martin just kind of squeezed off the front and saw that he was going out of harm's way, so back on the gas. The air pressure they put in the tires.
Crash off turn 4. Ryan Newman is in it. Jimmie Johnson.
You got it. You're going to be fine. Just get it in gear. Keep it rolling. Keep it rolling. The grass is wet.
There's Johnson. Winston Cup debut.
And is Ryan Newman's car stalled?
Sure looks like a BP.
Doesn't look like it's injured. Just looks like it will not start. And he is going to get lapped.
Got to go. Starter won't engage.
Starter will not engage.
And Rusty.
When you're hitting the start button.
Oh, there he goes.
Rusty Wallace gets a lap back.
There you go. Nice and easy.
Matt
You just want
Kenseth
down here. You'll be all right.
gets a
Watch
lap
it,
back.
Watch. There you go.
Did Kenseth get a lap back?
Kenseth and Rusty. All right, what happened?
Jimmie Johnson just simply got too high, and would that have been something if Jeff Gordon had run into his teammate?
Oh, and he just missed it too.
He did. I was watching you guys, didn't see who hit the back of the 02 car.
And he just turned down to avoid the wreck. Right here, he just cranks her down, gets it sideways.
Oh, look at Gordon again.
See all those bullets dodging around that 24 car.
Man.
Newman did a good job of missing Jimmie Johnson.
Let's go on board with Jeff Gordon. How does he miss this one?
Here you see it. Gets off the gas. He sees there's trouble. He gets off the gas. Kind of waits to see which way the car is going to go. He cleared that one. Then he had another one he had to go through.
Oh, man. They're shooting at him from every angle. And here he comes down pit road. Going to try to come down. Spencer's going to try to drive it in there.
Oh, contact. Nadeau spins into the outside wall. Caution's out.
Man, you can see that coming from a mile away.
You sure could, Benny. That was why we had the cameras on it.
Jerry Nadeau into the outside wall, racing for 5th position with Jimmie Spencer. And the yellow is out for the 10th time in this race.
And Jerry Nadeau has his car rolling. I'm sure that NASCAR is glad to see that, because this race now, I don't think will end under this caution flag. There may be another one, but this will not end the race.
Yeah. 9 laps to go. Important because it'll be a single file restart when we go back at it. Here's a look.
I mean, you knew that Spencer was going to drive it in very deep going in 3. You knew that Nadeau was going to come down to try to block the position. You just knew that was going to happen.
Back wheels right up off the ground when he hit. So who's at fault?
Well, you know, the 25 was coming down, and Jimmie could have cracked the throttle and avoided that. But, you know, you're 10 laps to go, 11 laps to go, driving for a position. So, I mean, how can you blame him for going for the position either?
Back for the finish of the New England 300 in a minute. Don't go away.
Top 5.
And a battle for the lead as Junior looks on the inside of Ricky Run. Did not. Why have we got a spin?
Mike Wallace right up through traffic. More scattering. Hornaday is spun. The rest of the field is stopped in the cloud of smoke. And when the smoke clears, how many will have been involved? Looks like just those 2.
Oh, that was lucky.
All right, the 7 car, Mark Martin is right behind him. Come off the corner. And right there, some contact between Mark in the 6 and Mike Wallace in the 7. The 7, Mike Wallace just nails the gas trying to get the car to do a 360. It did one, but the nose hit the wall.
See the 20 just barely get through. Watch Tony Stewart in this.
Look at that. I mean, that's exactly what the drivers are seeing.
Yeah, you're right. You cannot see a thing, and your spotter is trying to tell you which way to go, but he can't see any better than what you can see.
Keep an eye on that orange 20. Well, you won't see him in the cloud of smoke either. Mike Wallace, he's coming there, and Wallace goes right down and clears in front of him.
And a deal like that, you're as worried about getting hit than you are hitting somebody.
On board to Mark Martin, you saw that great run he had and got in the back of Mike Wallace. Watch Hornaday, he gets hit.
Yep. Damage to the back, definitely. Somebody got into the back of him.
Let's get a pit report on Dale Jarrett.
Might have gotten bumped. Here is the lead. Ward Burton to the inside of Labonte. 9 laps to go. Trouble off turn 4. Spencer crashes. Joe Nemechek and Ron Hornaday have also crashed. They're racing back to the caution flag. This could be
a 2 down low in turn 4. Stay up high in the groove. Everything will be fine.
Key point in the race for Ward Burton. He's going to beat Labonte back to the yellow.
Keep coming, buddy. 14's rolling down to the start-finish line. You got the caution. Watch that 14.
this was an advantage for Bill Elliott if we're able to get this mess cleaned up and get the race restarted with a few laps with those fresh tires. Elliott is now up to the 7th position.
Hornaday is driven away. Spencer and Nemechek have not. And the pace car's in front of the field again.
And as I was trying to talk about way earlier in the race, when you have guys on older tires and you have guys on fresh tires, it's really, really tricky because the guys on fresh tires are so fast and you get into this traffic jam, and BP, you called it. It was an accident waiting to happen.
Well, let's see what made the accident waiting to happen.
Well, there we see the 14 car, the 25 car. The 14 gets up in the wall, and the 33 car tries to turn under him, and Terry Labonte just clips the 33 car ever so slightly and knocks him up into the 14.
That's the first part of it. Spencer is still to come.
And there we see Spencer. He's gotten in front of the 40 car.
Not for long.
Wow. There were 2 different wrecks going on.
Yep.
2 entire different wrecks.
And Jimmie would have had that saved if that 10 car wouldn't have been there. He just got bad luck that car was up there, and he hit it with the right front fender.
Listen to Hornaday getting the fence.
25 inside.
Jimmie Spencer out and walking away from his machine.
And another one happening right now. Nadeau and Robert Pressley, turn 2.
I didn't see exactly what happened there, BP, but boy, that 77 has been loose today.
Nadeau was running in 13th place on the lead lap at the time. Pressley was a lap down in 27th.
A lot of damage to the left rear. Well, maybe we'll find out, Wally, what happened down in turn 1.
Yeah, it looks like Jerry Nadeau got loose on the inside of the 77.
Yep.
I mean, that's at least twice we've seen that today, maybe even more. Guard down on the inside, just cannot get the proper amount of air on the car, and around they go.
That's exactly what happened. And see how close those cars were? Boy, when you're down on the inside, it just feels like somebody picks up the rear bumper of your car off the racetrack.
Oh, look at Rudd just getting by Robert Pressley.
Then a little bit ago, watch the 24 and the 97 coming off of turn 4 here. Rusty Wallace taking a look on the inside. And I just don't think that, yeah, Jeff knew he was there.
What's that all about?
Yeah.
Very, very close.
Leaders on pit road, Dave.
The leader is in. Tony Stewart asked for...
Straight away.
Caution.
That was close.
Third caution of the Sharpie 500 is out. Lap number 69.
Nice.
I would think.
Yep, I bet they come in now.
Yeah. And now it'll be interesting to see what Benson does, since he's got the fresher tires, if he stays out for the track position.
Rusty Wallace trying to take a look on the inside of Steve Park.
Oh, trouble off turn 2. Benson gets spun around. Andretti, Kurt Busch. Benson was in second place.
Well, at least they've gotten the transmission fixed on the 97 car.
Behind the wall.
We had no idea they had this much damage. Jeff Green, the pole sitter, has knocked a hole in the radiator. They've taken the car behind the wall to change the radiator.
Ron Hornaday back there with damage. Kevin Harvick's been on pit road with damage. Let's take a look at what happened.
Looks
like the 11 car starts it right there. Just takes the 10 car, puts them sideways. Then here in the back, I'm sure everybody started checking up. That's what happened to look like to the 30 car. It looked like somebody checked up in front of him and he got in the back.
The only car he could have hit was Joe Nemechek.
And the 29 car hit the back of the 43 car. That's where he got his damage. Yep.
It's already happened.
The 30 car hit the back of Nemechek, and the 29 car hit the back of John Andretti's car.
There you go. Typical Bristol.
And there's Hornaday. He was back in the middle.
And see, that's the thing right there I explained to you earlier. You're running so close. When a guy in front of you checks up, you check up quick, you just hit the back of him, and all of a sudden, boom, you get nailed.
Now, the caution before was brought out when Michael Waltrip crashed in the middle of turns 3 and 4. Let's have a look at this. Oh, did his teammate get him?
His teammate got him.
Ouch.
I do believe that his teammate, Junior, got in the back of the 15 car.
Oh. Mikey's behind the wall. It's been a rough and rugged night here at Bristol, but the fans are having a blast. What happened there? Trouble, Ricky Craven. Into the inside wall in the backstretch.
And
Caution's
the
out.
flag is out. And Ward Burton back on the lead lap.
And that's not good news for the rest of them because Ward has been very fast tonight.
Todd Bodine trying to get a lap back from Kevin LePage. It is being suggested to him that he stop and get back behind the leader because he didn't get back to the yellow flag first.
Well, these cars took the yellow flag the last time by.
All right, let's go look at it.
Ricky Craven comes off the corner, almost spins Dale Jarrett out, and Craven trying his best to avoid spinning out Dale Jarrett, turned the car so hard to avoid Jarrett and backed off the throttle at the same time. That's what caused his car to spin.
Another look at it. Craven just pushing up a little bit.
Can't see too much there. Oh! And he hits that inside hard.
Very hard.
Very hard.
You saw that smoke. Ward Burton bouncing off Kevin LePage up there, trying to get under him to get that lap back.
See Ricky Craven still sitting in the car talking to the rescue workers. Oh, there he finally gets out.
On the backstretch. Todd Bodine. Boy, it's been a tough night for the Bodines.
What happened?
That was Todd asking what happened.
See Brett Bodine and Kenny Schrader all racing back to the start-finish line, passing the leader.
Schrader was 2 laps down after that green flag pit stop earlier when he was struggling. I think the pit stop happened while we were away in a commercial, but he did make the green flag pit stop. Loose tire on that car was what caused Schrader to handle so poorly.
All right, these cars can make it the rest of the way, I would think. So I think we'll see them all on pit road, changing 4 tires and making all the adjustments. Guys, you better get what you want because this might be your last chance.
Trouble, turn 1. One car is spun. It's Kyle Petty. He's been collected by Bill Elliott.
don't think that's the magic he was looking for.
He turned him around. The 8 car just drove it in there and turned him around.
Well, there's the spotter's idea of what happened. And Kyle's view as he tries to get it fired. Listen to him trying to start it.
Oh, he just got lapped.
How frustrating is that? Oh, Kyle, I feel for you, buddy. I really feel for you.
And Bill Elliott, the other one involved, some pretty significant damage as well. He did stay on the lead lap.
I don't think that's going to do him a lot of good because he looks like a lot of damage to that Dodge.
Oh, yes, there is.
I just got a glimpse. I wish I hadn't seen the full effect.
It's not pretty.
It's not pretty.
Let's take a look at what happened. Turn 1, lap 1.
Well, it's somewhere in the back. And there we see that the 45 car is already around. The spotter says that the 8 car, Dale Earnhardt Jr., made contact with him. So I guess we need to look for damage on the front of Earnhardt Jr.'s car.
Kyle started in the 22nd position. Earnhardt Jr. started in 21st.
All these guys on the apron of the racetrack, the spotters have warned them that where the trouble is.
Unfortunately, they really weren't up to speed, or it would have probably collected a lot more cars.
So if Kyle started outside of Dale Jr. in the same row, maybe Kyle thought he was clear of Dale Jr. and oh, this would be a good look.
That was a good shot of Elliott. Yep. Earnhardt Jr. got in the left rear quarter panel of Kyle. Turned him around.
Caution for the second time in the UAW-GM Quality 500. Stuart Kirby, Ricky Craven, and Jason Leffler are the 3 drivers involved.
And it wasn't his fault, folks. I know you're jumping on this 20-year-old kid, Stuart Kirby. He was just a victim of circumstances.
None of the leaders have come to pit road. Let's go show you what happened to bring out the yellow.
Looks like Jason Leffler in the 01 car. If you look on the right of the screen, he just gets into the left rear quarter panel, Dave Blaney, in that 93 car, and actually tried to turn it off Blaney. He didn't want to keep going and spin out Blaney, so he kind of turned the car down. Unfortunately, the car 32 and Stuart Kirby got involved in it.
So Brett Bodine on the apron of the racetrack.
Watch Bill Elliott in the 9 car. How does he get through this? The red car, top of the screen.
I'm not sure. I guess he slammed on the brakes. Brakes! Left! Wow,
Yeah,
that was
even
close.
The 4 car did a good job. Bobby Hamilton Jr. just squeezed by as well.
And I'm surprised the 77 car missed a wreck. Usually if a wreck's in front of him, somehow, some way, the car finds the wreck.
Right here, the 01 car just gets into 93. Dave does a good job. The 01, Jason just turned that thing down. Unfortunately, like I said, Stuart Kirby and Ricky Craven had nowhere to go.
Well, this will be a fun ride. Let's go on board with Bill Elliott through this.
All right, here we go, in the corner. Uh-oh, I see his trouble. Brake. Oh, man, am I good or
You did
what?
a good job. How'd you miss that, BP?
Ron Hornaday is right behind the crash.
Good job.
Hey, that wasn't no good.
Back.
If you want to see a good job, watch Elliott. And not only did he hit the front, we see the right side tires. Stuart Kirby bounced off the wall just before he got to the crash.
Wrong place, wrong time.
Let's go to Matt. Mike Wallace is driving with a lot of determination, confidence,
Matt, hang on
and
a second.
momentum.
Got trouble in turn 2, Matt. Robert Pressley is up into the outside wall. First caution's out. Pressley.
Man, oh man, look at the damage to the back of the Jasper engine car at Martinsville.
Now, you don't think you're going fast around this place until you hit the wall.
My goodness.
Robert was running in 17th at the time of the crash. You know, you don't think you're running fast, but you're still going better than 100 miles an hour when you enter the corners.
Absolutely. Yep.
And you see the tethers that NASCAR mandates for these cars is holding the deck lid on. See the straps that will not allow the deck lid to fly off and possibly go over the fence. Because he knocked that deck lid off.
So Pressley back to the garage. first car to encounter significant trouble in the race, and now we should see all the leaders come to pit road here for their first stops. And this pit road at Martinsville is tight.
Tight, very tight.
That rear view mirror, which is difficult. Oh, trouble on the backstretch. Before we get to that, Rick Mast is in it. Geoffrey Bodine is in it. Caution number 9.
I guess they didn't get to 500 without a caution flag.
No, sir. Is there a full moon?
No, and last night we saw the moon. It was only a half moon.
Second incident Rick Mast has been involved in tonight. Off turn 2 and onto the backstretch.
32 just gets into the back of Geoffrey Bodine, which turns him into the 27 car.
Good luck there for Geoffrey.
On board with Casey Atwood. Yes, and they both somehow get on the bottom of the racetrack and avoid Rick Mast. There's a lot of damage to Rick Mast's car. Boy, there are going to be some angry people at Darlington next week. Oh, we got
trouble behind him. Andy Houston. Caution. Rusty Wallace, the leader, trying to come back around to the yellow flag. While Andy Houston. 6 on TNT. Not going to be green flag pit stops.
BP, that could be another right front going down. What do you think?
Sure looks like exactly the same thing. We've seen 3 or 4 of these tonight.
Mike Skinner.
And Yosemite Sam has hit the wall.
Looney Tune guys had problems tonight.
Had a hard time tonight.
Just joining us or haven't been with us the whole night, Jeff Gordon involved in an accident, racing for third with Sterling Marlin at lap 35. Gordon is in 38th place, 116 laps down.
Gordon's got it right front down, too.
Yep.
Well, he hit the wall.
Not conclusive evidence.
No.
But,
can't help you there.
It had already happened. What happened had already happened.
we're under caution. In the Chevy Monte Carlo 400 at Richmond, Terry Labonte's problems went from bad to worse. He's crashed in turn 1. You see Terry is out of the car and walking away.
Let's take a look here. See, you got the pipes hanging here, but there's fluid. All the stuff coming off the pipe here. There's water. I don't know where that's coming from, but you can see right in here, all that water coming out. And there's quite a bit. Now, I don't know if he slipped in that when they went back out or the pipe came off.
Let's take a look at the crash and see what we can see. If you looked at the top of that frame.
Yeah, the pipe is up here.
Well, there's another piece of it, though. Something came out from under that car and ran it over.
Yeah. Now, there's the fluid in the pit stall when they left.
I don't know what.
Any idea what that is, BP?
It looked like water.
If we get a chance to see that again, if you look right out behind the car, like right around the start-finish line, you're going to see something come flying up. Watch the car as it comes toward the start-finish line. You're going to see something come flying out just as the car turns sideways behind it.
Right,
see it right there. See
right there, yep.
Right there. Something's come out from behind the car, and he's run it over and cut the... See, there's the piece of metal coming down the center of the track right there?
Yeah.
Right up there. He's run over his own tailpipe, I think.
But then if you keep watching, right there, there's something big going up the racetrack there, which looks...
That is the tailpipe.
Yeah.
The part of the tailpipe, or the other tailpipe.
Whatever. No good.
Comptain a couple of laps down in the 92 car.
Oh, Junior.
Oh, trouble.
There it is.
Ward Burton.
Jeff Burton's in it. Kevin LePage and Dale Jarrett. Dale Jarrett, the championship leader, with the nose of his car all caved in the wreck.
And that's what we talked about earlier. On the restarts, that's where the trouble happens. If you're deep in the pack.
Look at the damage to the nose of the UPS.
Yeah, I think it's got the radiator. I've got no water temp.
Jeff Burton headed for pit road. Jeff Gordon bringing the field back around to the caution flag.
Well, how many cars are going to get their lap back? Matt Kenseth is going to get a lap back. Jimmie Spencer, Kevin Harvick, the 93 car of Dave Blaney. A lot of cars going to get laps back. Here they all come.
From the accident scene, Mike Wallace, Casey Atwood, Jeremy Mayfield, and John Andretti. Now look at Gordon playing it safe with all the debris. Here's Rudd going to bid for the lead back to the car. That's not
I think
Rudd.
it's 92 car.
Sorry, that's Stacey
He
Comptain.
almost got his lap back.
Thought that was the star on the hood of his car instead of the bear.
Goes up the hill. The 92 car, Ward Burton, jumped off the throttle to avoid hitting the 92. And his brother Jeff ran in the back of him, spun him around, and I think DJ ran in the 4 car.
The accordion effect there.
Watch as the 8 car comes off the corner. He goes up the hill, and the I thought the 92.
I think the 92 got loose. That's what we were talking about earlier, but see if we can get another shot at it.
The 92 got loose and had to back off the
and
throttle.
The 22 was right there.
Yeah. Look at the cars taking to pit road to miss the wreck, too.
I thought the 8 car was involved. Watch as I thought right there when
He's already gotten into him right there.
So you're saying Ward ran into the back of Comptain, or Comptain lifted?
Now, I think Ward was right on the back of the 92 all the way through turn 3. He got the 92 loose, and then when the 92 backed out of it, Ward was all over him.
Yeah.
And that's what happened.
Dale Jarrett was running in 8th at the time of this wreck. Here's a look at it from his view.
Oh, this is going to be ugly. That Kodak is going away.
Oh.
Come up, come up, come up.
Joe Nemechek's view.
All right, Joe.
Kind of looked like the wreck you had in June here.
Except I didn't get through that clear.
Yeah. Kevin LePage out of his car and okay, but the Kodak machine pretty well messed up.
Trouble up in 2.
Buckshot Jones, Ron Hornaday involved. And it looks like Matt Kenseth has gotten a piece of it. 7th caution. Oh. Here they come, back to the caution. And Rudd holds the lead. What a shame for Hornaday.
Sure was. Had a great run going. We see a little fire under the hood as he tries to get the car
To a fire extinguisher.
to a fire extinguisher. Now we see the fire under the car.
Not very happy with the 44 by the looks of it.
Okay, last night when 2 guys who were involved in an accident parked next to each other, it got kind of interesting on the track. This doesn't look like it has the intensity.
No, I don't think so. I think right now that Ron Hornaday, as we see him taking his gloves off and getting ready to get out of the car, I just think he's too disappointed right now to do too much of anything.
I believe he may have a conversation here. He didn't get the chance to have that conversation. Buckshot wisely just flopped.
He looked like he wanted to, though,
Yeah.
didn't he? Ah, that's too bad. Ron had a great run going in the early laps. That car is a mess.
Ran real good last night, too, in the Busch race.
Buckshot Jones has taken his car into the garage area. Don't look, Ron. You're not going to be happy what you see under there. And Matt Kenseth, the 3rd car involved. Pit road is closed, so we'll take a commercial break here. Come back for the pit stops and the restart on TNT. at the Richmond International Raceway under caution once again, 7th time in the Chevrolet Monte Carlo 400.
Watch his 17, it's Matt Kenseth. As Hornaday is spinning down the racetrack, Kenseth tries to go between him, the inside wall, and Hornaday, and mostly Hornaday.
Let's see what happens here. We got him going down on the inside of the 44. It's just hard to tell from that angle what if 44 came down on the 14 and the 14 slid up into him. The 14 would have been fine if Kenseth would have missed him, though.
Car in the wall in turn 2. It's Dave Blaney. Cautions out.
Oh, what a tough break for these guys.
And what a big moment that is in the championship for Jeff Gordon and Ricky Rudd. What's Blaney doing?
He's trying to get the car to move.
I don't think he can get out that way.
I was going to say he's spinning it off the wall so he can get out.
That's a good idea. Saw the window net go down, so in a moment we're going to see Blaney, but that's some heavy damage to that left side. Have to let him have a lap back. See all the fluid coming out of the car. That's from a broken radiator.
A lot of guys just had a very bad break there, not just Gordon. Ken Schrader had moved up into the top 15. He made a pit stop just before Gordon did. Jerry Nadeau, Jimmie Johnson, Kevin Harvick, John Andretti, Matt Kenseth, Brett Bodine, and Ron Hornaday. Benson has hit the outside and inside walls hard. Benson and Brett Bodine had been trading sheet metal the last couple of laps around. Johnny's involved in a crash. Bill Elliott. And that's the most recent caution. Johnny Benson hitting the wall on the outside first in turn 1 and then the inside wall in between turns 1 and 2. Johnny, as you can see, walking away from the car.
You're coming up on cars that are a lap or 2 down, and here we
we've got a car. Ward Burton is spawned down into turn 1.
That's Matt Kenseth.
I'm sorry. Both black and yellow cars.
Yep. Kenseth into the inside wall. And caution number 16 is out.
What do we have to get? Because we're running out of cars.
20's the record. You got to get to 21 to get the record. It could happen.
That's not it. This is it. Off the corner.
And he looked like he lost it a little bit getting off of 4. And he was kind of just losing it up the racetrack, and that made a little bit of contact. If you watch the car coming off the bottom of 4, it looks like he was sliding it pretty hard. Man, he hit that wall.
Well, here they come back for the line.
Through the accident scene. And everybody eases off. Robert getting out of that car in a hurry.
Yep. He's got the Hans device on.
And obviously hurt. Yeah.
He really smacked that wall. That car was up in the air. But Robert was running, had a good run today.
Cold wet rag.
Let's go take a look at what happened to Robert Pressley that put us under caution. Got hit by Terry Labonte.
Yep, he drifted up way high up coming out of 4, and it looked like he may have bounced off the wall across the front of Terry's car. Hard to tell by that angle, but there was a battery or something flying across the track.
The car almost went over too.
Yeah.
Wow. starter stand camera.
Folks, you just cannot, there's no words for me to describe how that feels when you do that. What's that? Look at the rear spring going bouncing down the racetrack. Listen. What? You hit the wall that hard and all the air leaves your body. You go, whoosh, and you can't breathe for about 30 seconds. So all you're trying to do for that length of time is just to get a breath, some air in those lungs.
The way the seats wrap around your shoulders and your rib cage, when you take that big side impact like that, it's really a tremendous blow to your torso, your rib cage.
Like BP says, it knocks the wind out of you for sure.
Obviously, the safety workers there attending to Robert. We'll take him to the infield care center, and we'll get you a report as soon as one becomes available.